Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. First of all, let me get a little sappy for a second, and if that's not your thing, I put chapters in the description so you can skip past this part. But I just want to say thank you for the support that I've gotten thus far. I know that this anti-MLM drama commentary space can be a little much sometimes.
It's a lot.
It can be scary to get into, and I was a little scared getting into it, but I also know that YouTube is something I love, and speaking up about a cause that is close to me is also something I love to do. So I was definitely scared breaking into this space when I started almost 2 years ago, and just to be able to grow and create and feel like I have something that is mine and I'm able to make a difference and speak out about something that is close to me while also having fun with it and making people laugh. Like, this has been, aside from my children and my marriage, the thing that I am the most proud of. I don't know, like, it's made me it's so stupid.
This is so corny.
I know it's stupid. I hear it as it's coming out, but I just feel like it needs to be said. It's just made me feel really good. It's growing, and I could potentially make this a full-time thing and just really focus on these things that matter to me and matter to other people and need to be put out into the world, while also having full creative control of something that is mine. It just feels so amazing. I don't even know how to explain it. It's literally like my third child. But anyway, that's not why the you're here, and I know that. I just wanted to say thank you for the support. I know a handful of you have been with me since my first video on Scentsy, so I really, truly, truly, truly appreciate it. But with that, let me play this disclaimer, and then we're gonna get the into this video because it's a good one.
I've been getting you the west. Now you wanna stay tonight.
Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's talk about why we're here today.
We are gathered here today.
So it was either last week or the week before. I have no concept of time anymore. It's just a thing. I had a Scentsy Leader that I had reacted to in the past get a little upset with me and rant on in her stories about me. So what did I do? Respond with a video. And this one is pretty much the same thing. This is another Scentsy Leader. This is a top leader in Scentsy that is very well known that doesn't like what I'm putting out. She doesn't like it, and she made it clear in her stories. And she, like the other individual, stated she doesn't have the time to deal with things like this, but she definitely made the time, and we're gonna talk about it. Now, if you're not new here, you know what's coming next, and you can skip right on ahead to the response part of this video, which is in the chapters for you. But if you are new here, please listen up. I do not blur the names or the faces of the individuals that I am reacting to in my videos. This is a personal choice that I have made. These individuals are positioned as public figures, but the fact that I am not blurring their faces out does not mean that I am inciting hate toward these individuals. I am not encouraging anybody to go and seek these individuals out and send them hateful messages or mean comments. Please do not do that. My content is meant to be educational, but most of all entertaining. So let's all do our part and keep it that way.
Don't f it up.
And with that, let's get the into this, shall we? So you may recognize this individual that we are about to react to, respond to, whatever you want to call it. I have reacted to her trainings in the past. She's also known as the individual who cut her husband off many, many times during a training.
You only have a team of 2. How are
What
you
is that?
No, pause.
No.
It was awful.
I had to know how. Or something
Which,
that we had
yeah,
to
can I pause you really quick?
I seem to be doing that a lot.
You know that you can do this, and you believe in yourself.
How many days do we?
And that's sustainable.
But-
And that's one thing that we want to talk to him about.
How many days as a leader?
We're going to
So
talk
let's
about
go
that
into
now.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what this is how you're accomplishing
yeah,
what?
well, to me,
So
so
how are you following
about
that?
leadership.
How are you
now.
saying
Related more to leadership.
how from a
Yeah.
leadership yourself?
And one thing I want to pause again.
Calming and you're not
Well,
creating
and again, this is the problem.
direct sales.
But
And my frontline promotions.
and I've never
frontline
aligned
and
with
front. Yeah,
and
is how you lose them.
yeah, speed up because I want to be
All
there
right.
soon.
So how to create?
Do you think they want to be there listening to you cut off your husband every 2 seconds?
She is a top leader in Scentsy, and she does have a lot of trainings trainings out there, which is something I utilize. I utilize trainings and things of that nature to help educate people on why MLMs are problematic and not okay, in my opinion, of course. And so I have used her trainings in the past. And something that I make it a point to not do in my videos is use ad hominems. There are some times that my mouth gets away from me and I just have to say something that maybe somebody won't like, but it's never something that I feel is hurtful to an individual's looks or something they can't change. Like if somebody has different hair than me, I'm not going to say, oh my God, look at her hair. Like that is not what my content is for. I make it a point to try to keep it just on the topic, while of course also adding entertaining aspects into it. Like for example, this individual was interrupting her husband a lot. One, I think that is problematic. And two, I made a statement about it. I made a few statements about it and also a short. But I don't see a problem with that personally. This is something that I noticed in her training, and it's something that other people within Scentsy have noticed, judging by the outreaches that I've gotten after I posted these videos on said leader. So with all of that said, my content is never to attack the individual personally. It's just based around what behaviors are going on within the MLMs and what behaviors are being okayed essentially by the MLMs. So that is what I did in my videos of her, but she still didn't like it. And it started with a post, and this was right after the other individual responded to my video. And now I know I'm not the only anti-MLM creator out here. This is obvious to me, but I do believe from what I can find that I am the only anti-MLM creator that has reacted specifically to this individual multiple times and got a significant amount of views to potentially cause some ripples. So I have a feeling that these responses are geared toward me, especially because I've also gotten some inside information that the leaders are watching my videos, in which case, hello, I hope I'm causing ripples. That is the intention of my content, and I wouldn't be doing my job if that wasn't happening.
I'm gonna do what I came here to do.
But anyway, I digress. She started with this post on her Instagram, which of course was a cute picture of her. She is a very cute girl, and like I said in my other videos reacting to her, she, in my opinion, would do really, really well actually starting her own virtual business. But she doesn't want to hear that part. She's just hearing the other parts. So let's read what her post said. In light of the wonderful world of direct sales, there's always some haters. So here's what I want to share about anyone and everyone who has anything negative to say about what I do. No one asked for your unsolicited opinion, but since you want to insert it into the world, here's all Scentsy has done for our family. It's created total freedom for us, and I never have to ask anyone for a day off. I never miss a baseball game or gymnastics and am always present. I'd like to interrupt this post to ask you if that's really true. If you go to a baseball game or you go to any kind of sporting events or extracurriculars that your kids are doing, how often are you on your phone discussing Scentsy? How often are you making a post on Instagram talking about Scentsy? How often are you in your stories talking about Scentsy and why they're the reason you're able to post that story about Scentsy while you're watching your kid play baseball? Just wondering. I get to travel around the world for free. Spain and South Africa were my favorite. Have you ever been there for free? Also, another question that I'd like to interrupt with, did you choose those places? Or did Scentsy choose those for you and you just earned them and then had to pay taxes on those earned trips that were likely for about 4 to 6 days? And when you're traveling abroad that far and there's such a time difference, that makes it almost not worth it. My kids already have an entrepreneur spirit because of watching mom and dad. Is that what you call it? Or do they have a scam spirit to recruit people to pyramid schemes? Hundreds of women and men have had their lives changed because of Scentsy. In what way? Bad, good, indifferent? Hundreds. That also makes me laugh because according to Scentsy, after 2021, there have been over 1 million consultants. So if there's only change in about 500, because she said hundreds, that's not very many in terms of how many consultants there have been that came and went or are still with Scentsy. So next time someone sends me a video where someone's bashing me or my company, give them a big smile for me. Every time you open your mouth, negative or positive about my business, it helps people know know about this amazing business called Scentsy. Keep shouting it, keep sharing it. I appreciate it. I love when they do this. They link the income disclosure statement, but also it's Instagram, so the link doesn't work. You have to copy and paste it. Results not typical, but I'm not typical.
Stop lying!
You just gotta love it. You really do. And also, like I said, my content is not specifically bashing an individual when I'm reacting to people. You will be able to observe that in any of my videos. And it's also not her company. When you look up the CEO of Scentsy, her name doesn't show up anywhere. What does show up is Heidi and Orville Thompson as the CEOs of their company, and they are allowed to say it's their company, but I can't walk around and say, you know what, I really talk about Target a lot, so this is now my company. That's not my company. Here's a better example, because I do get monetarily compensated through YouTube, and I do that as a contractor. I can't walk around and say, you know, my company YouTube or my company Google. Like, that is not an accurate statement. Just because I am a contractor and they pay me, it's not my company. And this is where so many MLM consultants get it wrong. But anyway, I'm gonna start a rant that we don't need to start because we have some stories to react to, even though she didn't have the time to talk about it, but she made the time. So let's take a look, shall we?
Good morning. So I was talking to a friend of mine that is also a Scentsy Leader. She's incredible. She is an absolute rock star. And she just reminded me of something. And this really, really needs to be said, because we live in a world, I'm going to try and say this in a way that isn't too much. We live in a world where we're completely just jumping on the bandwagon of what other people are saying about other people. There's so much I could say on this, but I'm not going to, because Jesus. But we live in a world where people don't think for themselves. They don't get to know people for themselves. They don't know any side of the story except what the mocking storyteller that keeps talking and talking and talking is saying. Yet they've not went to the source. They have no idea what's going on. They've just been manipulated. So,
because Jesus, you know, I'm trying to take notes for each story so that I don't forget what I want to say at each point that she makes or tries to make. First of all, let's work on our stories.
Jeez, this is making me a little motion sick.
You are going to get somebody motion sick if you keep filming stories like this. I hate when people do that, when they're just like walking around and the phone's going everywhere. Like, what the Okay, secondly, when she references not being able to think for yourself and just jumping on the bandwagon, actually, this is being able to think for yourself. When people are finding these videos, there's a reason they're finding them. It was suggested maybe, or they're researching before they join an MLM company to find out more information. And there are different angles to come at Scentsy or any MLM with. And that is something that a lot of consultants don't like to hear. Like, there is a negative side to this. And in a lot of people's opinions, the negative side to MLMs is really bad. And it's bad enough to convince people not to join MLMs. So I don't know where people are not able to think for themselves when other people are speaking out against something that you are in. That doesn't add up. They are literally thinking for themselves and doing their own research and finding these things and hearing what other people have to say, hearing other opinions. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? Also, I don't know what she's referring to here, but not going to the source or talking to them first. For me, at least, this isn't about the people in my videos necessarily. There are some videos, now that I'm thinking about it, like on the Russell Brunson video and such. Most of my videos are not based around the individual that I'm reacting to. So when I'm speaking out about an MLM or against an MLM and using a top leader's training to do so, that is not me bashing somebody. I'm sorry if people see it that way, but that's not what the intention is. That is an example of what's going on within the MLMs that people should be aware of before they get into it. And that's a her problem, that she thinks that people are just out here talking shit about her. There have been some comments and messages that I've received when I post certain people on my channel and say, hey, I was part of that individual's team and it was really bad. There have been things things like that. But that's just them speaking out about their experience. And maybe that's what she's referring to. I don't know. I'm rambling now. Let's get to the next story.
So, without getting too much into it, because it's honestly a waste of my time, let me tell you guys something.
Waste of her time, but we've got 6 more minutes of her making time to waste her time.
It is a waste of your time to defend people or to defend yourself. Let's say that. It's a waste of your time to defend yourself to people that never even got the chance to know you.
And a lot of us don't want to. I don't want to know you. You're a top leader in a company that I don't agree with. Sorry, not sorry.
Not even a little.
Or they used you, or they've only heard one side of the story with the person that's talking, yet they've not talked to the source of the person. Okay? It's a waste of energy to explain yourself to people that never were really for you and that were just waiting for the second for you to fall. So in saying that, when I was talking to my friend Lisa this morning, she was like, you know, the best thing that people can do whenever someone is either talking about you in a room or if there's videos going on around you by like anti-mlmers, the best thing you guys can do is walk away and to not watch the video. So we're going to restart.
Walk away and don't watch it.
If they leak this, we can't control the information.
Walk away and don't listen to other people's opinions or experiences. Don't listen to that because then you're betraying me. And that is where we have a fucking problem, because that is cult-like behavior where you are telling these people, you are controlling the information that they are receiving about Scentsy and basically holding a grudge against them if they hear a negative side to the things you are doing. It's not about her. This is about Scentsy, and this is the behavior that goes on within Scentsy. Even though they're the safe MLM, it goes on within Scentsy as well as all other MLMs. And this is the perfect display of it. And I'm actually really happy she made these stories because this is proving the point of information control. If they want to listen to the negative side of things, to hear what other people have to say from their experiences, then they should be able to do so. And telling them not to do that and leave and walk away is very, very problematic. And no, I'm not saying that because I want views. Yes, of course I want views. Like, that is the purpose I'm on YouTube. Like, yes, I want my message to get across. I want my videos to be seen, of course. But that's not the reason I'm saying this. It's the information control that's pissing me off.
So if someone is making a video about me that's anti-MLM, you know what the worst thing you can do is? The worst thing you can do is watch it and comment on it and also tell me about it.
I can agree with the last statement. There's really no reason to tell anybody about content being made about them. I understand how it can feel kind of yucky when you find that out, but it's also something that you have to expect as you have a larger following, as your following grows, as you are putting more content on the interwebs. I know that people are seeing my stuff and reacting to it, right? And she should know that as well. She has a larger following than I do, just like the other individual I reacted to. There's no way around this. This is a way of life. If you are putting your life on the interwebs, if you're making content in any way, people are going to see it and not have a positive reaction and potentially react to it in more content and create content off of that. And that is something you have to expect. And you also have to expect that other people are going to see it and have their own feelings about it. There's always going to be somebody with a differing opinion on the other side watching the content that you just put out when nobody was responding to you in real time. It's just the reality of the content creation situation. And so yes, people are going to watch it, and yes, people are going to comment on it. And in my opinion, you can't really, I don't know if can't is the right word, but you shouldn't really come at them for that. We live in America. It's a free country. Freedom of speech is a thing, and that applies to the internet as well. So if they want to watch something and comment on it, they shouldn't have this hanging over their head like, oh my God, my director's going to be mad at me. That shouldn't be a thing. Do I think it's necessary to go and tell somebody like, oh my God, somebody made a video about you, blah, blah, blah? I don't think so. It could be helpful in some situations. I know some people do it to see if they can get a rise out of somebody. And I just don't think it's really necessary to do it if that's your intent. If it's your intent to be like, hey, just want to let you know, with no ill intent or malicious intent, then that's a different story. But I don't know if that was the case for whoever was telling her there's videos about her.
I don't care what people are saying. Do y'all think that I don't know people aren't saying things about me? I'm not tooting my own horn.
But you're going to anyway.
Like, I'm in the very top of my company. I've been doing this a long time. There's a lot of people that have a lot of useless words to say about me. So don't tell the people. We don't want to know when people are talking about us. What we do want is for you to walk away from it. If we're your friends, if I'm your friend, to defend me at the very least, not just fall into the paradigm of like, I'm going to listen to that crazy person talk about Chloe who can't stop talking about Chloe.
I'm just always crazy. The last one called me a crazy psycho lady, and now I'm just a crazy person, which is fine with me. I am crazy, but I'm medicated, so it's under control. It's also really, really hard to offend me, and nearly impossible.
Walk away from it. And don't watch the videos. It's really simple.
And there we go again with the information control. This is the problem, ma'am. And it's not just her, okay? Let's make that very clear. She had to say it again. Don't watch the videos. Why can't they watch the videos? Because you're in them? If somebody is not maliciously tearing you apart, which my videos are not, and if you see it that way, then there's an issue. You are a public figure. You are on YouTube and you are putting Scentsy trainings out into the world for Scentsy consultants to see and using problematic measures to do so. And when somebody comes and points that out, they're not tearing you apart, they're tearing the behavior apart and breaking it down and explaining how and why it's problematic and why it's happening within MLMs and why it's a problem. It hardly has anything to do with the individuals on the channel. So for a consultant to tell their downline or friends and family to walk away and not listen to the issues, or even you, maybe watch the videos and see what I'm pointing out. That's a problem. That is a huge red flag. The behavior is problematic. People should be able to research things and view videos at their leisure when they want to hear the content that is being provided. There shouldn't be any repercussions for them doing so. Now, if they are somebody who is a friend of the individual and they are leaving a comment that doesn't reflect the friendship, then I can see why there would be a problem. But I personally didn't see anything of that nature in my comments. So I don't know what the issue is here. Is it just that the information that I'm putting out or any anti-MLM creator is putting out isn't the information that you want to get out? Because sorry, not sorry, this is the information that needs to be out, not just the fluffy bullshit that all of the leaders and Scentsy consultants are putting out.
Oh man, I could write a whole book on this with the company that I'm in and with all there's so many good people, but it's the bad apples that just ruin, not me, but they ruin so many other consultants because they just keep running their mouth about me and they won't stop. And the thing about people on...
I'm not sure that was a reference to the anti-MLM content, because that's definitely not what's happening, but maybe something else happened also aside from the anti-MLM content. I don't know.
YouTube that make anti-MLM videos and people that talk about people badly is they are looking for people to react to increase their watches on their YouTube channel, but they're also looking to form more people that have their horrible misconstrued opinion about someone they don't get along with. So the best thing that you can do for me is, number one, if someone's talking about me, just be an adult and walk away. And if you don't like me, you don't have to follow me. It's really simple.
Ooh, feisty. I definitely think that something else is tied into the anti-MLM content issue that's happening right now. That doesn't have to do with any of the content, but with that said, personally, I can only speak for myself. Yes, I'm a shit talker, right? But I don't pull people in to have the same opinion as me and to shit talk an individual person just because, for the fun of it. No, I'm here to spread a message about MLMs and shine a light on the problematic behavior that's going on within MLMs and just put that information out. And yes, it is about views, because anybody on social media that's putting content out, it's about fucking views. Why else would we be doing it? This is just the way of the world, and people need to stop saying that. It's about views. Nobody that tells you that they're putting content out and they don't care about views, they're fucking lying to you. But that's a whole nother video for a different day and a different channel. But what I'm witnessing here, and this is just an observation, I'm not a like professional body language or whatever observant, I don't know. But what I'm witnessing is that she doesn't like the things that anti-MLM content is pointing out. Maybe because they are really happening and it might affect her sponsorships and her team and her paycheck. I feel like that might be the underlying issue here.
We seem to have an issue with that though. So you can walk away, and then if someone is making a video about someone else in direct sales, don't watch it.
Baby, like I said a few minutes ago, it's a free fucking country.
Welcome to America.
They can watch what they want. Just because somebody is within your Scentsy circle or your Scentsy team or downline or what have you, doesn't mean they can't watch the other side of things, hear other opinions. Do you think they're going to never hear somebody say that MLMs are bad just because you told them not to watch anti-MLM videos? Are you fucking kidding me? I hate to break it to you, but from what I've observed, more and more people are hearing about the bad sides of MLMs and why they're problematic and why they should not be a thing. That number of people learning about those things is growing, and people shying away and turning away from MLMs is also growing. And I think that's probably maybe threatening her, maybe scaring her, I don't know. But just telling them not to watch a video, like I said already, how many times has she told them to not watch? That alone is just more, there's so many red flags. I know that being on the inside, you're blind to it, right? But I'm still sitting here like, how can you not see this? And I know at the same time, like the past me is like, but you fell for it. You were in the same boat. I was saying the same things. Don't watch the videos. Don't listen to the haters. They weren't being haters. They were putting the even my husband, like these people were putting the information in front of me so I can see the reality of the situation. And if somebody wants to go and seek out the reality of Scentsy, they should be allowed to do so, whether they're on your team or not.
Because what these kinds of people want, what these ugly, hateful, just upset, sad people that really need Jesus.
This world needs you, Jesus.
I need Jesus. I'm good, but I'm definitely, I depression, craziness. Yes, I deal with that, but that's a chemical imbalance and I'm medicated. So no, I'm not sad. Ugly, maybe. I don't know. Sometimes. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I do want new teeth. But anyway, that's beside the point. No, I'm not sad. I'm good. I just like to create content around anti-MLM.
What they want is for you to react. They want you to react so badly.
And here we are. But don't do it while I also do it. It's so glorious. It is very ironic. Isn't it ironic? Wow, the coffee's kicking in. Sorry, guys.
Whenever they're talking about your MLM company, whenever they're talking about you, whenever they're trying to bash your character, they are hurting so badly that they just want to hurt you as much as they can.
Nah, I'm good. I am so good. Like my kids are good. My family is good. I feel great.
So what we can do as human beings, period. This has nothing to do with MLM companies, but you can be a kind person, and your true judge of character is when you decide to stay and be up in all the things being said about other people or whether you walk away. And I've learned so much about people in the past year from just that. So remember that you get a choice today on what you involve yourself in and what you don't. And this is the beautiful thing about it. When you make a choice to not respond, when you make a choice to mature and to learn and to read the room and to read who people truly are, you grow wiser. And as a believer and as a Christian and as a follower of God, God is always going to show you. He didn't say that it wouldn't be hard being a believer. He didn't say we wouldn't go through trials, but he said he would be with us. And when you have the perspective of Jesus, and when you have the perspective...
This went religious real quick.
Alrighty then.
...of what Jesus would do, you walk away from people that are talking about other people. You don't involve yourself in drama on TikTok or on YouTube or it's not appetizing to you anymore when you're a believer. That's not, you don't gravitate towards that. So just remember, I see you. We got this.
When did God and Jesus join Scentsy? That's what I want to know. Like, when did that happen? That's actually phenomenal. Wow.
And I can react to a lot of things. I could react to a lot of things that people have put me through, people have done to me, people have betrayed me on. I could say a lot of things. I could say a lot of things to a lot of people in rooms. I could say a lot of things on social media like they do about me, or on YouTube videos, or in crowds of people in my company.
That was a good one right there. In crowds of people in my company, people are talking shit about you. But what happened to that amazing Scentsy sisterhood community that you have where everybody gets along and everything is rainbows and unicorn farts? What happened to that?
But I think, like, do I want to burn that bridge with that person? Let them burn it to the ground, but I'm not going to burn it. Because at the end of the day, true character lies in who you are when people are in the room and who you are when nobody's in the room. And I always have and always will stand in who I truly am. I will own where I'm at. However, I will not be in rooms where people are talking about other people.
She ended it, right? Peace. But wait, there's more.
And that concludes your yearly story that you get from Chloe. I just think it's important that we remember that, and remember that we have the choice. We have the choice, and that's powerful. We have the choice what we involve ourselves in. We have the choice what rooms we're in. We have the choice of if we're going to breathe life or if we're going to breathe death. And I choose life. I don't want to be around people that are talking about anybody, my family, myself, my company. I don't want to surround myself with that. So just walk away. It's hard because it's easier to be like a little leech or a little sponge and to just be like, oh, Chloe did that? I'm not even going to ask her. I'm just going to believe you because you're legitimate. I know I was friends with Chloe for like 8 years, but I'm going to believe you. Sis. Love y'all. Have a wonderful day.
So I definitely think some of this was geared toward the anti-MLM content that she may have seen that was based around her. I also think that it has to do with maybe some comments that were made that I potentially didn't see in my comment section. I don't know. Could be on a different video. I know there is at least one other video out there that utilized her as an example, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know if somebody was trolling the comments, what happened there. But I think there's a little more than just the content. Also, it's not her company. Again, my company, it's not your. You don't own it. You're a contractor. Anyway, as always, thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.